Hello everybody, looks like we are live. I want to welcome you to, well, I guess we're in the area of the Finger Lakes Regional Airport. It's kind of snowing a little bit right now. There is an owl here, at least one. I've seen it already, and I think I'm going to turn around and maybe try to give you a better look. But we're not going to get out of the car and do what we did last week, just because the weather is not as good and because we did it last week. But we had a nice look last week. If you tuned in, we saw two snowy owls last week. One at Sable Road, which I've already visited, and when I was there, it was snowing, not heavily, but enough to really block the view. And it was in the same area. It was on the gas well, although not in the exact same spot. And now here at the airport, there is one owl here, and at least one. And we're gonna go and try to take a better look at it. Now, we're not going to go, like I said, we're not gonna, get out of the car and everything unless there's a real reason to do so. Just because it is snowing, it is 34 degrees, and that just doesn't make for the best conditions, and because we did that last week. So this week is going to be a little different by the looks of things, but then again, every week is different, so we'll see. Anyway, I want to welcome you all here. If you do want to see what we saw last week, the full video is on YouTube, but I also posted, some of the better looks at the snowy owls that we had, and, in a separate video. So, and that might be actually the best way to go about it. Now, there's a car here. I think it's, what is it? Ford, and I told the gentleman inside that he could probably ask to go through the terminal, because I can't remember where exactly he said he was from. I'm not gonna, well, I do remember where he said he was from, but I'm not gonna say anything. Anyway, he was looking like he really was hoping for a better look at the snowy owl that he was able to see from the road where we just were. And I suggested that he go and enter the terminal and ask if he could take a look, and he appreciated that, because last week we did the same thing, and we had a decent look. So I can see the owl from here. And let's switch cameras. Well, I'll show you where it is. It's actually a little windy also, which has been a little troublesome. So the owl is right here. Basically, basically the same spot as last week, or very close to it. Almost exactly. So let's see if we can get a slightly better look. It's tempting to get out of the car and take a look. I mean, the lighting in a way is kind of nice. It's not sunny. Sunny sometimes can be a real problem. What's going on with this? Okay. All right, so anyway, let's see if we can get a look at it. We're probably not going to be here all that long, but you never know. And I have the slightly less powerful scope setup, so we're not going to get the closest of view. Look this way. There we go. So is this the very same owl we looked at last week? It very well might be. We had some nice looks last week. Now this one, I checked earlier, and it seemed to be kind of looking more in the direction away from us, but occasionally turning its head. Look at how cute. I'd say the looks we had last week were a little better. We were closer, and we used a more powerful setup. Although it was windy last week, and that caused some issues here and there. Oops, sorry. Kind of looking around. We're not going to be here all that long. What I would like to do, there have been reports of as many as 2 owls here on eBird, and I wouldn't mind looking for the second one, but I have not seen it. I've kind of looked in the area where it's been reported, but I haven't seen it. I've got to get out of the way here, I think. All right, let's. We're gonna head out now, and we're gonna continue to look for other owls. I'm sorry about that. I shouldn't have done that. Although actually there's a sign that says don't go beyond this point, and that sign is further in. But anyway. He's right. I shouldn't have done that. I was trying to take a shortcut so you could see. So I think what we'll do is we're going to continue to look for the other owl that had been reported yesterday, and on other occasions, I believe, during the week. Then we'll head towards Montezuma. Now, the other one that had been reported was seen near the, I guess, the radio tower. I think that's the radio tower. Let's just drive in here for a bit. And I've already checked out the radio tower a bit, and we'll take another look. One second here. Let me just look with binoculars. Well, I'll just show you with this camera. What I'm talking about is, let's see, get the wires, is out here. And I guess around, I believe that's the radio tower people are referring to. And I haven't seen any activity. Actually, I've never seen any owl activity there myself. Not today, not last season, never. But let's see if we can, as we head towards Montezuma, we'll take a look and see if maybe we'll have some luck in spotting somebody. $34, a little windy today. Definitely some precipitation falling. When I checked the forecast, I believe it was just for Ithaca, it was saying that there would be, and we're north of Ithaca now, but it was saying that there would be, rain during the day, and then that rain would eventually change to snow later in the day. Well, as I drove here, it was already turning to snow. No accumulation so far. But snow it is. I also, on my way here, I stopped to hopefully see something else. Another species I had never seen before and still have not seen. There have been reports of a varied thrush, and I believe the reports simply because some known reputable birders have reported it. Well, I'm having from here a much better look at the radio area, the radio tower area, but I don't see any owl. At least I don't see it. Okay, let's continue on. Anyway, I went to one of the locations where the varied thrush had been reported, and there were other birders there, and also the homeowner there, and nobody was seeing it. Let's take a closer look at the radio tower. There's a chance, a very small chance, that I'm seeing something, but I doubt it. I really doubt it. Oh, you know what? No, there's nothing there. I think I hear geese or something. But they sound a little different. Okay, we're going to get underway. Maybe we'll stop back, on the way back. I don't know. It matters what we see and how, if we see anything at all in Montezuma. And we very well may leave there having seen nothing. It's always a possibility. We saw some things, nice things last week, including common mergansers, and had a nice, not perfect, but a nice look at a bald eagle last week. But we didn't see all that much else up there last week. Apparently the varied thrush that I was hoping to see had been seen earlier in the morning. And the homeowner was right there, and overhead is a hawk. It looked like a red-tailed hawk. Just flew over the road. Oops. I just realized I gave someone the wrong directions. Oh, maybe not. No, you know what? Take that back. Could have, as I was indicating, we could have gotten out and gone and taken a look at that snowy owl like we did last week. But with it just sitting there, I didn't want to just do the exact same thing and see little or no activity. We had a nice look last week in better conditions overall, so that's why we're continuing on. Again, we may return to the airport today just to have another look around, but we'll see. It's funny how birds can draw some people out. And if you look at the All About Birds site regarding snowy owls, it even says that it's one of the few birds that can draw even non-birders out. And they're beautiful owls, and there's something to be seen, and it's just pretty neat how they'll gather some attention. This week I have not seen all that much of interest, really, just in my day-to-day observations. In fact, I had seen one of my neighboring red-tailed hawks on Sunday morning, and then I didn't see it Monday. I don't believe I saw it Tuesday or Wednesday. I hardly saw them this week, and I had been seeing them a lot, and then all of a sudden I stopped seeing them much. I was glad to see one or two of them today. but I'm not positive. So it was on my way out that I saw the second one. The other thing I did see this week, all at one time, I was able to see 4 adult bald eagles from home. And, you know, that's great as far as I'm concerned. But they were in like 2 different areas, but still both within my view using my scope. And as glad as I am to see the eagles, all it does is confuse me. I kind of has I was only seeing 2 adults at any one time, plus another one that was reaching adulthood very soon, although I don't know if I've noticed that one, so it may have transitioned to full adulthood, I don't know. But anyway, all it does is confuse me because now I don't know who is who. To my left, I see a red-tailed hawk on top of a bull. Hi, baby. In this stretch right here, I'm always looking for hawks, but I often find them in this stretch on the various poles and things. Like it or not, when it is rainy or snowy, it does affect the activity levels of the birds, and very often it leads to a reduction. So birds aren't flying around as much, so we don't notice them as much. Obviously though, if a hawk is in a tree, fine, but if they kind of don't know what kind of a day we're going to have. Now, it's already 1:15. I'm sorry for the late start, but it couldn't really be helped. Come on, Light, let's go. As you can see, even though we've had some snow, and I don't know if it's still snowing, it's 36 degrees right now, at least according to my car's thermometer. We don't really have any, we have no accumulation on the ground, not just from today, but really anything left other than, the remnants of snow piles here and there. It's all fine by me. But it's just early January, so winter is not over by any stretch of the imagination. Just been lucky so far. I see something. What is that? Probably a red-tailed hawk, if I had to guess. We'll take a quick look at it. Hopefully we won't spook it. Just by stopping here, but it's right here. we're gonna move. I don't want to bother it. You know, we're not close, but sometimes just stopping like that can kind of make a bird wonder what's going on. So we'll leave it. Last stretch of Wildlife Drive. I have to say I'm looking forward to the spring and what change. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm enjoying the winter, there's no doubt. We're seeing some interesting things here and there. I love the snowy owls, for instance. But, I look forward to the spring and the changes that will be brought about. I mean, you wonder, what will Shockey Pool be like this coming year? Same thing with, the main pool that is surrounded by Wildlife Drive. So, same thing with Mays Point. What will that be like? What do I see in the air? I think I see a couple swans in the air. Not sure what kind. Things are a little less frozen today in terms of the channels of water. Oh, this one actually is pretty frozen. Never mind. I was going to say they seem less frozen today than they were last time around. Let's take a right here. Ordinarily, I would probably continue on, but there's a car right behind me, so I might as well go this way. We actually haven't done this in a while because we've been going onto East Road from the other entrance, the back entrance. I think what we'll do is we'll, double check East Road. Oh, I see another swan, or two, actually a couple. Shoot, window. Three swans. I don't know if I can get them or not. I don't think I'm going to get them. smaller birds flying around here. I wonder if they're starlings or something else. Looks like a blackbird, is it? I'm not sure what I'm hearing. Oh, hold on. Someone just flew up here. Oh. That looks like a dark-eyed junco to me. Cute. Cute. Maybe another one. Don't know. And the other birds that were in this tree are no longer in the tree. I don't know where they went. But it sounds like there's actually a fair amount of small bird activity. Let's continue on. And I don't know what those were. Just saw a mourning dove and two more. And then up here, not sure what they are. Maybe, well, they look a little small. Hold on. I'm going to take a look with binoculars. One second. It's very dark from here. I'm not sure what they are. Let's see if we can turn around without killing ourselves, and hopefully they'll be there when we get repositioned. Oh, lots of geese in the air. And there was another flock. I don't know if I can see them now. Maybe not. I should have. All right, let's continue. Let's hope I can get a look at those other birds. I want a closer look at them, if they're still there. I think they're still there. Red-bellied woodpecker. There are other birds there. Oh, don't leave. I thought so. That looks like a brown-headed cowbird, I think. When I saw them with binoculars, I thought I saw that coloration on its head. And is there another one, I think? Okay, the red-bellied woodpecker has moved on. I don't see it, but I just heard it a moment ago. And let's see what else is in this tree here. That looks like a red-winged blackbird. Oh, yeah. Now, someone else has just flown back into that tree. Maybe the red-bellied woodpecker again. No. Hi, Robin. Hi, Robin. Good to see you. Hey, okay, it just took off and it went to, well, I could see it. There's another tree, but let's look at these other birds here. Birds. Oh, okay, those look like they were maybe both red-winged blackbirds. One we had probably seen already. And we're going to turn around, I think. There may be some decent activity down below in the in the area where we normally spend our time looking. Hold on, there's another bird here. What is it? If I can find it. Okay, that's a mourning dove there, but that's kind of pretty. And I hear house finches, at least one. And I just heard a white-breasted nuthatch. And I just heard a crow. See, sometimes winter lighting can be special. And, you've got the branches and everything. So sometimes you can have a good look at something that you wouldn't necessarily get at other times of the year. Okay, let's turn around. Oops. Let's turn around and head towards the viewing area. I'm going to turn around up ahead. 3 or 4 other birds. 4 other birds just flew through. I'm not sure what they were. I don't know if they were starlings or I don't know. Don't do this at home. Leave it to the unprofessionals like me. Oh, I see something in the air. It may be large. I'm not sure. Maybe a crow. Somehow it doesn't look like one. It may be an eagle. I'm not sure. Hold on. No, it's a crow. No, that's an eagle. At least I think so. Oh, yeah, but that's an eagle. And flying in the air, those look like ducks of some sort. We may find that there's some significant activity down below. The area that's been frozen last 2 or 3 weeks may not be so frozen, and maybe it's drawn the attention of some birds. I don't know. We saw the geese flying around, and we just saw, I didn't show you them, but we saw a number of ducks. I saw a number of ducks. Yeah, there are some birds down there, including some, I see white birds of some sort. Oh, I see, well, a fair number. If I had to guess, they're swans, but I don't know. Here, let me just give you a quick look with this camera right now. Okay? Okay, starting from, well, I won't give you the full field, but look like swans. And we were seeing swans in the air, so no surprise. Canada geese also. Just heard a mallard. At least I believe I did. We're gonna take a look here. I don't know if I should go to the viewing area or if I should just go up there and turn around and come back this way. That might not be a bad idea. Quite honestly, I didn't believe we'd end up seeing much here, and maybe we're gonna see more. Maybe nothing really out of the ordinary, and maybe just 2 or 3 species, but let's take a look while we're here. I mean, what have we seen since we arrived here on East Road? We've seen a robin, we've seen red-winged blackbird, brown-headed cowbirds. I heard a white-breasted nuthatch, and heard at least one finch, house finch, and we saw a red-bellied woodpecker. What else did we see? We've seen a bald eagle. We've seen now these swans. I'm not sure what kind of swans they are. They sounded like tundra swans. We've seen Canada geese. Yeah, I think we're gonna go back that away, and I think we'll be a little closer to see things. So I mean, there's been given the time of year, a relatively decent variety here. I didn't expect the robin, for instance. Not that it's unheard of, but I didn't expect one. I think this is a good spot as any, really. I'm going to just take a quick look with binoculars. One second. We also saw mallards, and I'm seeing mallards in the air right now. Not many, but a few. Okay, let's take a look. See what we can see. too long, but just want to take a look. Hey, hey, don't do that. Anyway, the vocalizations we're hearing sound like tundra swans to me. I don't know if there are any trumpeters down there. And I have to admit, I have a hard time telling the difference, especially if they're not side by side. The trumpeters are larger. By the way, if you didn't catch it, and various family members of mine did, on I guess CBS Sunday Morning, they had footage recorded on Cayuga Lake of swans. They also included in that 3 snow geese, I think accidentally. And I mean, like, they focused in on a snow goose, and you know, clearly a snow goose is not a swan. Of course, if you put on an APB for a swan, all points Wilton, you kind of describe them the same way. Large bird, white, long neck. Here in the air, it sounds like a cannon goose nearby. Oh yeah, okay. Oh wait, are those Canada geese? Yeah, they look like it. I think. They're making up their minds as to where they want to land, and this group also. Like I said, we're not going to stay here all day, so you can see there are mallards there also. I need to put gloves on. Hold on one moment. Are some of those geese pretty small? Maybe I'm wrong. You're seeing them in comparison to swans, and the swans are larger than the Canada geese. But some of the geese seem smaller than some of the other, like that one there at center screen. Somehow looks a little small. Maybe I'm wrong. And it could just be a smaller goose. I'd love to see it in comparison to a duck, a mallard. Of course, the trees are in the way now. Well, they're significantly larger. I mean, if we were seeing... Oh, is that the same one? Look at that. That goose doesn't seem much larger than a mallard. Maybe I'm wrong. But the shape of its bill doesn't look out of the ordinary for Canada goose. Well, I don't know. Maybe. We're pretty well zoomed in here. Unless I switch scopes, we're not going to get any closer. So if you're wondering what difference does it make, well, my concern is the possibility of a cackling goose down there. I don't know if I've ever knowingly seen a cackling goose. I don't believe I have. So it would be good to see one. At least for me. And I have seen some photos of cackling geese, and it looked like they weren't that much larger than mallards. Somehow that almost looks like a cackling goose right there, at center screen. And I'm probably wrong, but it just kind of looks like one. And there is some variation when it comes to Canada geese. Now that I'm thinking about it, I believe also another sign for cackling is that they have shorter necks. Maybe, I mean, not just shorter, but like proportionally shorter, I believe, relative to the rest of the body, if I remember correctly. I don't know if these geese look like they have short necks or not. It's tempting to try to switch scopes and have a slightly closer look. But I don't think we're seeing anything out of the ordinary. I may be wrong, but I just don't think we are. You know, I don't know. You see some mallards there. They look like they're pretty close in size to the surrounding geese. Those not so much. I'm suspicious. Maybe it's just wishful thinking. All right, let's give me a minute. I think I'm going to try to get us a closer look. Hold on a second. What do I see flying in the air? Small birds of some sort, but I lost sight of them. Okay, let's give me a minute, and I'm going to I think switch scopes. It'll be shaky, probably. But let's see if we can get a slightly closer look, just in case we're seeing something out of the ordinary. Oh. don't have much time, actually. I have to head back to Ithaca. I don't know if we're going to walk at Sapsucker today or not, given the conditions. We may not. Not that it's really, really bad, but I mean, if this is what we're going to see, you know, it's kind of no fun. Okay, let's change things up here. Give me a minute. See, look there. The one that just flapped its wings kind of looks like it has a longer neck than some of the others that we've seen. Look at that bird at center screen. Look at the bird behind it. Bird at center screen has what looks like a fairly compact neck. Its head is close to the body. Now, you know, we've seen Canada geese do that all the time. And then look at this one here now at center screen with what seems to be a longer neck. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's just wishful thinking. Look at the two geese that we have now towards center screen. That one has a longer neck. This other one has a shorter neck. I think that's a cackling goose. Hold on one second. Hello.
Ferris, right?
Yes.
I'm Richard. How are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you? Snow geese or snowy owl last year? How are you?
Doing good. How are you? Are you filming now?
Yes, I am. No, that's okay.
I'll leave you alone.
No bother. There's a snowy owl in that same place. I saw it earlier, and there's another one at the airport.
Syracuse, right?
No, the Finger Lakes Regional Airport, just a short ways away from that other owl that you saw.
If you go to the Syracuse airport, there's two of them together out there right now.
Are there?
Yep.
Well, I'm not going to head up that way, but thank you.
Yep, and I got a better scope than I had.
All right, good man.
Yep.
Good man.
Your advice. Thank you for that.
No problem.
All right.
Take care.
Bye.
Good luck to you. Those birders I just spoke with last year, they were looking for snowy owls, and we were, on Saybolt Road, and I helped them to see, see one there, and they were appreciative, and they're very nice. I was glad I helped them. Sometimes it's nice to help people out. Now I lost sight. I think we were looking at a cackling goose. Look there. See, look at that one that's swimming into view now towards center. Longer neck. And some of these seem to have, maybe I'm wrong, but seem to have shorter necks. Look at the one right behind it. Look how short its neck appears. Now, it doesn't have its head extended, but maybe I'm wrong. Look how short that neck is there, at the one that's right there in the foreground. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think we're seeing some cackling geese. I could be wrong. Thank you. Yeah, I concur. Thank you very much. I believe that we're seeing them. I'm glad we've taken a look. Let's hold on a bit. Look right here. See this one swimming into view now? Its neck seems longer than the one that's just in front of it at center screen. Maybe I'm wrong about that. I've never, like I said, I've never before, look at those geese there, knowingly seen, oh, I don't know, cackling geese before, but look at the size comparison of the necks, proportionally and just over and in absolute terms. Okay, there's a better example back there. Look at that one back there. Well, not so great now. Stretch your neck, would you? Okay, look right there. Now, what I'd really like is a mallard or two to swim into the area. Only because I would appreciate the size comparison. There's that might be a good example of a Canada back there. Who's that? That looks like a green-winged teal. Hold on, my hands are freezing. Oops. What did I do? What did I just do? Okay. We're not going to stay here forever, don't worry. But okay, let's look at this one right here. First of all, look at its size relative to the swan that's nearby. Pretty big. Would you look so we can see you, please? That's better. You can see its neck is relatively long. And then some of these other geese we've been seeing seem to have shorter necks. Noticeably shorter. So I think we have seen some cackling geese here. Is that a, yeah, hey. Green, that's an American widgeon right there. Getting a decent variety here. A couple of American widgeons, that is. Now look, and they're not the largest of ducks. And they compare fairly well with that goose right there, who is probably another cackling goose, if I had to guess. Look at the relatively short neck and the overall smaller size. Although sometimes, you know, you can get some confusing views depending on where you are. I see in my own area, sometimes I have, look down with the naked eye anyway, and some of the, a goose will seem pretty small, and I'll be like, oh, certainly that's a mallard, and then I look through my scope, oh, nope, it was a goose. Somehow it just looked different. Look how compact that goose there is at center screen. So I think we're seeing some, like I said, some cackling geese. Again, this is first for the tour. Okay, we're going to let me just take a quick look around. And I don't know how many cackling geese there are there. There may be a number. It's my ID skills are only so good. And, there may be more down there than I realize, or maybe I'm just wrong and and there are fewer. I don't know, but maybe people from the lab would be like, oh no, that is, that isn't, that is, See how long those necks are? Those look like Canadas to me. And then look at that goose right there. Let's see if it extends a neck. That seems more compact. That seems more like a cackling if I had to guess. Cool. I'm hesitant to report this to eBird just because. Not just because of my own uncertainty. I think I'm reasonably certain we're seeing cackling, but what I don't know is like the count, and I wouldn't want to have to sit here and say yes, that one is, that one isn't, and they're not even, it's not like they're all sitting still either, so that doesn't help. Okay, let's we're gonna move on though, and I think we're gonna go to other places. Let me see, hold on one second here. Yes, let's do that. Okay. We're going to stick with this scope for the moment. And we're going to move on. We're going to head quickly towards 31. Now, I have not heard any reports, Route 31 that is, any reports of any like snowy owls there or anything. I didn't show you the one I saw at Saybolt, and maybe we'll, it's 2:06 now. Maybe we'll, like I said earlier, maybe we'll stop there. The precipitation has slowed down quite a bit. Did I just see something? Maybe not. So maybe we'll have a better look. And it's not beautiful sunny weather, and that isn't necessarily so bad. We may have less heat shimmer, so maybe if we go back to Saybolt Road, maybe we'll have a decent look. Although the one that I saw was on the gas well, which means, like it or not, it's not close. I need to warm up my hands. Again, there's a good chance we're going to skip sapsucker again today. I apologize, but on shortly after. See a crow. There's almost no chance we would have seen, well, we wouldn't have seen much, most likely, at sapsucker, although it's always possible. It's been, helpful to me. It tells me where some of these owls are, etc. Okay, that's wonderful. Really a wonderful resource, really. But I noticed today on the report for Tompkins County all kinds of birds I never even heard of before, including one, I only quickly looked it up, I think, you know, is a species in New Zealand. And many of these rarities were being reported by one person. Now, it's possible that there's just a glitch in eBird or something like that. And it's always possible that all these birds were also seen. But if I had to guess, something wrong was happening, because I find it hard to believe. I mean, some of these birds, like I said, I had never even heard of. I'm not even sure how to pronounce it. One of them is like it's spelled T-U-I, Tuia or Tui. I don't know. Anyway, I believe it's a bird, you know, from New Zealand. I don't think we're going to see too many here, although anything's possible. That would be way, way, way off course. Okay, down below on the left side of the road, I see a few white spots, which may be swans, if I had to guess. And I don't know if we'll stop and look at them or not. Probably not. We're here because last year, or last winter, and I've mentioned this before, but a snowy owl was seen here on more than one occasion. So, you know, there's always a chance that we'll see one. Oh, you know, those white spots, I don't know if they're birds or if they're ice. Hold on. No, they're birds. They look like swans. Not very close, so we're not going to stop to take a look, but a large flock of small birds just flew through. Hold on. And they don't look like they're not flying like, I don't know what they are, but they're not flying like, oh shoot, they're too far. They're not flying like starlings, and they don't look like starlings. I don't know if I'll see them again or not. Hold on, there's a car behind us. I lost sight of them. I see what are probably a couple eagles up in a tree in a distance. Not necessarily the greatest of looks, so we're not going to bother with that just yet, if at all. Anyway, it was on our right-hand side where the snowy owl was seen, or at least we saw it last year. Or last... Well, it was technically last year. Okay, good. We can say last year now. But anyways, last winter, I don't think it was yet really approaching early spring. The cornfields to our right, there's a lot of water on them. So, you know, maybe that's not the best for a snowy owl, which is, you know, going to want to hunt you know, small mammals. And, you know, to my knowledge, no owls have been seen in here this year. Let's turn in here. I see something in the air. What is that in the air? What is that? Oh, a harrier, I think. We haven't seen a harrier in a while. Hey, focus. So we're looking at a northern harrier. Hey. We're trying to look at a northern harrier who is not necessarily being the most cooperative. The swans I mentioned are over here. I don't see the harrier any longer. Good to see it, though. The two eagles that I saw, or at least I believe they were eagles, were way over here. I'm guessing they're eagles. They look like eagles. Bald eagles. And they're more, looks like there's more white on the ground over here also. Gulls. Fair number of them, really. Okay. We're going to turn around though. With the amount of water on the field now, and maybe we need it for an owl to be here. Maybe we need it either to dry up, or more likely for things to get cold, so everything's just frozen, and the water will feel, or the owl will feel more at home, and also maybe think it more likely that it might catch prey. I wouldn't mind a better look at that harrier, but if it were to land somewhere where we could find it and look at it. I wonder where it went. For all I know, it landed on the ground. I lost sight of it. Okay, let's, I think we're going to start heading out of the area. I have to say, East Road was a pleasant surprise. The fact that there was liquid water there as opposed to just snow and ice, maybe not so surprising, but, often when that happens this late in the season, it seems like nobody notices bird-wise. And it was nice to see the swans and the Canada geese and cackling geese and mallards, American widgeons. What other we saw? Oh, we did see a green-winged teal down there. And then elsewhere we saw, the robin, the red-winged blackbirds, the brown-headed cowbirds. Heard we saw also the red-bellied woodpecker. Heard the house finch, and heard the what is that? Is that something? Heard the house finch. Heard also the white-breasted nuthatch. So not a bad variety there at all, really. Certainly done a lot worse. Necessarily completely dismiss a given area. Now, even though I'm saying that, we're probably going to dismiss a couple given areas, meaning we'll probably skip Shockey Pool. For both time considerations and weather considerations. But I'm dismissing them, not thinking, oh, there's no chance of seeing anything. I'm dismissing them for other reasons, likelihood reasons, etc. We may took, I'll probably drive into there. I don't know if I'll get out of the car and look around. Last time I got out of the car and walked up onto the tower, I did not take you with me, but it's just grass and more grass and more grass within view. And there were some areas with water in view, but open water, but They were distant. Now the channel we're driving over now is not completely frozen, but the sections that are near us are frozen. At least covered with, oh, and there was an eagle there. You know, we might get a good look at that eagle if we turn around. Maybe we should do that. And the channel we just drove over is free of ice. And that's the one. That's the one that. Is that the one that leads to Maze Point? I don't know. I don't know. Maze Point pool itself looks like it is maybe not entirely, but largely covered with ice. Not entirely though. There's some areas that are free of ice. Let's drive in here just to take a look. We were in here last week. That's where we saw, we watched mergansers, mostly female, and we also saw that nice bald eagle that was calling. Nobody here right now that I can see. Nope. 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 Turning around. Let's go see if we can have any kind of a decent look at that bald eagle I just saw a moment ago. The lighting looked like it might not be great, but we'll give it a try. If it's still there. Channel where it was? If it is, it's not there. This may not be. No, you know what? This isn't it. I think it's the next one. It's getting late. It's 20 minutes after 2. Okay, the eagle is still there. Let's see if we can get any kind of a decent look. Oh, and there's some other birds on the water, ducks of some sort. They may be mergansers, but they're distant. Let's see if we can get a look at the eagle first. We'll lighten it just a little, I think. Actually, this might not be too bad a look. It looks like is it just under full adulthood? Might be. There's a little bit of darkness to its head feathers. Hold on, car coming. trying to get things steady here. And we're on the larger scope, which is less steady than the other one. But can give us a closer view. That's not a bad look at all. I think I hear a swan. Do that again, Eagle. I want to see you call again. Hold on, I gotta adjust my screen so I can see better. That's better. Now the ducks that are down below in the water, I'm not sure what they are. They might be mergansers, if I had to guess they are, but I'm not certain. I'm just looking one. Oh, there's another eagle. A younger one than this one that we're looking at. Just heard a crow. So let's look at the other eagle if we can. If I can find it. That might not be so easy. There it is. I don't know if it's been there right along or if it just showed up. It's possible it just showed up. But I don't know. It's hard. I can hardly see it with the naked eye. I can see it, but not very well. It's just because of the background. Although it doesn't look like it has a bad background here, but with the overall view with the naked eye, it's not great. So this is a younger bald eagle. I couldn't tell you how old it is, but younger. The one that we were looking at is probably not a full 5 years old yet, just given the darkness on its head feathers. Now let's look down below at the ducks that are in the water if we can. Hold on. Okay, they are mergansers. Common mergansers. Those look like females right there. And that's a male there. And another female. And there are some gulls flying around. Oh, is that another eagle? Hold on. Oh, no, wait. Hold on. Well, the eagle that was the younger, oops, the younger eagle, this may be that same younger eagle. And then, but something else is in a tree nearby. Hold on. Gotta find it again. Just saw it with binoculars. There's a hawk here also. Where are you, hawk? Hawk? Hawk, where are you? I can't see it with the naked eye, alright. Hold on. Oh, there it is. With the naked eye. Hold on, I'm not sure where I'm pointed here. Okay. Getting there. There you are. Is it a hawk? Or is that an eagle? Looks like it might be an eagle. That is another eagle by the look. Oh, wait. Hey, don't do that. That looks like an eagle. No, I don't know. Hard to tell. Oops. Yeah, I think eagle. So we have, although this one has a lot of it looks a lot like a hawk coloration wise, but it's an eagle. So we have that eagle there, and then we have the more distant young eagle that we saw. If I can show it to you again. Here. And then we have the oldest of the three closer by. Let's see if we can get it back in view. That was the one that gave us the best view. There it is. And is now, well, it's still looking away, I guess. It was always looking away. I'll lighten it up a bit. We won't be here much longer. We're going to move on. Looks like it might leave. We're going to move the car forward just a little bit. And see if that helps me any. A little more. Alright, I think this is about as good as it's going to get right here. Make some adjustments. Yeah, it's not going to get any better. Maybe it's worse. trying to get the twigs out of the way, but there's only so much I can do. Okay, let's move on. Switch cameras back. Where it's easier. Not bad to see, 3 eagles of in 3 different stages of development, so that's not so bad. Oops, whoops, oops. I didn't know I was doing this. It was an accident. Okay. Bye, eagles. Bye, mergansers. Bye, gulls. Drive in here. I'm not going to get out of the car, but just to look around. What I'm disappointed in, for the last few weeks is, I had that one. How'd that car get there? I had that one sighting of a rough-legged hawk as I was driving to Montezuma, but I haven't seen one since. And we have seen one in this area before. Last year we did. But, haven't seen one around here at all lately. Okay. All right. Let's do this. Let's continue on from here. Maybe we'll go to the airport again on the way back. I'm not going to drive you all the way to Ithaca, but we'll drive part of the way, and then I'll maybe after a couple stops, we'll stop the broadcast and then resume in Ithaca. We're running out of time. It's 2:37 according to my clock, and the days are still short, so we only have so much time. It has not been a perfect day, but I've enjoyed it. We've seen some interesting things, and we have even seen something that I haven't seen before, although we may have recorded it. I never knowingly saw cackling geese before. There's always a chance, when you're seeing, let's say, a flock of Canada geese. Maybe there's, speaking of flocks of Canada, there's some significant flocks in the air right now. Let's just pull over very quickly, and I'll show you what I mean. I'm surprised. Flocks like this. Now, it could be that they're just flocks that are wintering here, and they've, been in Maybe they're headed towards the lake. It's very possible. Gotta let the vehicle by me. Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. There's plenty of room. Go ahead. There you go. Anyway, as I was saying, I mean, it could be that they are just flocks that are hanging out together, and you know, they go maybe to the lake or other areas, and they you know, go to the various fields that are here that can provide food for them. More Canada geese, which I did not show you. Not a huge flock, but you know, a significant flock. And I just saw some smaller birds closer by. Not sure what they are. In the air. And now I lost sight of them, but I have a feeling they're still in the air. Anyway, I've been disappointed in this stretch here also. Earlier, as we passed through today, we saw the red-tailed hawk, but we've seen in the past here rough-legged hawks, but we have not seen any, well, all year, all winter, all fall. I'm not saying they're not around, but I just haven't seen them. And maybe I should be looking on the other side of the road more. It's possible also. I miss Wildlife Drive, but you know, I like going to these other locations as well. You know, as I've said before, there are reasons to come up here even though Wildlife Drive is closed. Now, if everything is covered in, you know, a foot of snow and ice, then there might not be so much to see here, but that's true of any area. Top of one of the poles here to my left is a red-tailed hawk. Hi, baby. I told you, they're in this area. We saw one on the way up, and we saw one on the way back. Or I did. Maybe I'm making it all up. You know, if you think of it, if you think about this all, there's a chance that I'm actually at home and I'm just replaying some video I recorded, let's say, yesterday. Have you ever thought of that? Or, even worse, maybe this is all computer-generated imagery, CGI, and I'm faking it all. That's possible too. much, if any, ice on the on Cayuga Lake itself. It's 37 degrees right now. I believe things are supposed to be colder tomorrow. And I'm not sure about, like, you know, the rest of the week. But, you know, it is January, so. Can't really expect warm weather. Anyway, we are headed again to the airport. Take a quick look around. We won't stay there long unless we see, you know, that the owl that we saw earlier and maybe another owl are in a, you know, good place for us to see them. This car ahead of us just concerns me that it's stopped there. We're not that close to the airport just yet. I wonder if there's a reason. Nope. She just looks like she's looking down at something, maybe writing something, or I don't know. Okay, never mind. Earlier today, I went to the area where the very thrush had been reported, and you know, I really didn't even know where to look, but I saw some people standing there, and then when one of them moved and I could see binoculars, I was like, oh, yep, they're probably birders. And the homeowner was there, who I guess had seen it earlier, or at least knew of people who had seen it earlier. And then there were two other people there at the time that I arrived, and they hadn't seen it, and they had been there a little bit, I guess, from what I gathered. And then other people arrived afterwards, including someone I've seen at Montezuma before. Seen him actually on the deck there at the visitor center. I was surprised to see him. Can I see the radio tower from here? I'm getting there. I see some of the buildings of the airport. Oh, there's the radio tower. Okay, let me just take a quick look with binoculars. Wrong window. Well, with binoculars anyway, I don't see anybody there, owl-wise. guess not yet. We do have a car behind us, so I have to be concerned about that. You can see, I mean, the skies are cloudy, but it already seems like it's getting dark. My headlights are on. And behind me, the car's headlights are on. Oh, that's that same Honda. She pulled over again. I don't know what for, but she did. I'm going to take another look from here. 1 second here. I don't see anything from here. I think I see the owl with the naked eye. I do. The one that we saw earlier. But it seems to be in the same spot as before. So maybe it's not worth spending much time here. We can go on to the other owl at Sable Road, see if we can see that one there, and who knows, maybe we'll have a decent look. Just driving here quickly. See if I spot anything else from here, but I don't see anything else from here, so I think we're just going to turn right around and continue on to Saybolt. I know, maybe a little disappointing, but time is a pressure right now. It's almost 3 o'clock. I'll stop just a moment just to take one more look. See if I can spot anyone else near the runway. No, I don't see anybody. Okay, on to Saybolt, and maybe we might have a decent look at one there. Probably the same one we saw last week. I'd say the one at Sable seems, I don't know if it has more coloration on it or not. But both beautiful owls, though. Areas have been, fairly good for us, if you think about it. Not only have we been able to see snowy owl, northern harrier is on the ground. We had a decent look at it. Should probably go to Syracuse one of these days. Not just to see, potentially see an owl or two at their airport, but also, and I don't know where at the airport it would be. I don't know it's been a long time since I've even been to that airport. But there's a camera shop I need to visit. Or actually, I don't know if they're a camera shop or they're a repair shop. I have some repairs that need to be done, if possible. We're almost there. Like I said, I had stopped earlier and I did see an owl, but I also saw in the air a lot of snow, and that didn't make for very good viewing, so I decided to continue on and just head towards the airport. I think I see a car pulled over up ahead. Do is turn around just because of the direction relative to me. I believe the owl is. And I'm right, there is a car pulled over. Let me take a look with binoculars first. Oh, it's in a relatively good location. It's still on the gas well, but it's in a good location, I would say. It's up on top of something, so we get a darker background. So we may get a semi-decent look. I'm going to turn around, though, so we can get a semi-decent look. And we're still with the I still have things set up on the more powerful scope setup, so we may get a somewhat good look. Hopefully we will. Let's stop right here, I think. Okay. Well, first of all, with this camera, let's take a look. So you see the gas well, and you see up there is the owl. My owl. Now let's switch cameras and take a look. Maybe the best look we have today, even though it's farther than the one that we saw at the airport. So if you're just tuning in, we're on Sable Road and we are looking at a snowy owl. And here are our friends, the people we saw earlier. They're just driving by. So maybe they're going to turn around. Yeah, they're slowing down. Yep, they're turning around. Look at that face. I don't know if if I go to Syracuse, by the way, I don't know if I'll be bringing broadcast equipment with me. Maybe. We won't be here too long. Aren't they cute? I'm not seeing anything else here. just a few more minutes, and then I think we're going to get going. Or actually, I'm going to shut down, head to Ithaca, and then we'll resume from there. Probably from the campus, if I had to guess. Like I said, I don't think we're going to be doing sapsucker today. Now we saw, an owl here last year, and it may be the very same owl. I have no idea. Did look a lot like this one, but then again, they all look a lot alike, But I don't know if it was the same owl. Look at that face. Oops, where'd it go? Sorry, it's hard to... Well, I could try something else to keep things steadier, but quite honestly, it's untested. Battery's getting low on this camera. We can't get any closer. We're maxed out in terms of magnification. My pleasure, Walt. We actually had a couple decent looks at the eyes of the one at the airport last week. And I have to say those were better looks just because we were closer. And but see, most of the time we see, look at that, we see them with their eyes like partially shut. See? We're lucky, you know, to be able to see snowy owls like this, and occasionally even better than this. I consider it a privilege. It's time for us to move on. It's getting late, and I have to head back to Ithaca. So what I want to do is I'll shut things down now, and then we'll restart. What time is it now? It's about 12 minutes after 3 o'clock. Look at that. Hey. So maybe by about 4:15, somewhere around there. Okay, everybody? Somewhere around 4:15, give or take. All right, you guys have the message, and I'll see you all in a little while. Bye, everybody.